Hey, welcome to SC Custom Designs, where we continue. I thought we were done, but you're not done until you're told you're done. And what I mean by that is I invited my lovely one to come down and look at this unit. She's the one that I'm modifying this for. If it's the first time you're watching this, mind you, I'm going to tag this onto the last video that we did so that they can also see it as well. But if it's the first time you're seeing this, AC Custom Designs is a business, and we work nights and weekends, and we have a passion for woodworking. So we just love doing things. If you like our productions, please give us a thumbs up, comment on them, and subscribe to our channel by all means. Do that. We would be very honored to have you in our shop. I have 360 plus videos now, and this is just one side, AC Custom Designs. The other side is another business name for my wife, and she works with garments and makes amazing things and does all sorts of things like wedding dresses and time period pieces and natural lip balms, so many things. But this is the wood shop part. So she came down and she looked at the progress. I made the drawer, which I'm sanding over here now and taking the different pieces out, like this guy here. This was actually the reason why I have to do a little bit more work. My lovely one said, "Can you please, the same way you put a strip here, can you put a strip here as well?" I told her, "No, we got to stop," because as my son Josh put it, actually, humorously, it's like you keep moving the goalposts. And so, at any rate, this is going to be a little bit of a surprise for her that I actually did what she asked to complete this project. So we had to, as we're modifying this, it seemed that we needed to go ahead and put a lip here so that we could have this here. This is two things. It's a shelf, and it's a little droppy thing for the paper. Okay, so she said, "Can you make this like this?" So I did. I put that on there, and then we're just going to have to take and move my little garage door, and that's what's hiding the paper, and just go ahead and move the hinges this way. So I hope she's surprised. I think she will be. Now it's going to look even more uniform. So I mean, this unit, by the way, I threw it together. Like, I literally threw it together at some point, and there's nothing fancy about this. All the blue is what it was, and it's just butt joints, and I nailed it. It was back in the 90s, and I must have been in a real hurry, because when I cut the tops, it's really kind of like this. Okay, so, and this guy here is in a similar position, and I thought, how am I going to very carefully make this cut? So there's different ways you could do it. I could take a jigsaw, and I can come along there. What I don't like about jigsaws is, at least I don't have expensive jigsaw. Just a Porter cable from the local Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, and it tends to go like this. The blade, it'll ride off, and it's like, I don't need that. I even tried putting a fence on, experimentation through the years, and ride the fence. That blade still does the same thing. It'll drift like a bandsaw. So it'll have bandsaw drift. It'll have jigsaw drift. So I could take one of my saws, and I could saw that guy, and that's a way to do it. Or I thought, let me just set a fence up, take a router, and clean it up that way. And so how I did that, as you can see, I just put these clamps on this makeshift fence, and let's just go ahead and do it. You definitely want ear protection when you're doing these types of things, and maybe some tunes. Might be nice to have a respirator, but I'm not going to be doing a lot of this type of thing, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, as you can see, I didn't proper prior plan. I need to go ahead and clamp this guy down so that, I mean, we got clamps everywhere here. We got these clamps holding that on. Let me just go get some clamps so that I can spend my time being safe. Let's see here. Let's grab two of these guys. This is how accidents happen. So when you're just sort of improvising and doing something that you weren't planning on doing, and all of a sudden you find yourself in doing what I'm doing at the moment, and you never want to compromise your safety ever. Okay, so let's clamp that down nice and solid. Make sure it's going to not rock on us. So let's do that. Take this guy and put him in here. Looks like he came loose a little bit. Let's go like that. All right. That's better. It's not the best, but it's certainly better than what I had. Okay. So I'd really like to be on this side so that I can have a little bit more control. So I got some tricky things going on here. I have, I'm writing on top of paint, so that's not as slippery as I'd like it to be. I suppose I can spray some silicone on it, but, oh, there you go. As you can see, it made real quick work of that. I'm going to go ahead and measure this again real quick. This thing is so off. Like I said, I just threw it together. And when I threw a square on it this way, this is the line I came up with. So what I'm going to do is just tap this guy down a bit. So we'll take some of the tricks of the trade. The reason why I stop a lot and I do these videos, is inconvenient it is for my progress to go fast. I really like to teach and to pass along the tricks that we have. If it'll save you some time and make you want to do it more, then that works for me. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw a line on here like this. Now I know I need to knock that guy equal distance. Right, so I'll just loosen this guy a little bit. Okay, tap it down, equal distance, what I see there. Tighten it back up. And let's finish the job. All right, we'll just go ahead and do the same. Let me take that off so you can see how nice that is. So that was like the answer here. You have to think about the material that you're working with, so on and so forth. As I've been explaining from day one, this is chipboard, okay? And look, it's amazingly smooth. So let's try to focus on it a little bit more there. Look how smooth that is, my friends. So that was the answer. Again, if I used a jigsaw, it would be sharp and rigidy and not smooth, and it might have went back and forth like this, and I might have got more frustrated than I actually needed to be. So basically this is the before. Here, let's see. I don't know why this thing went so white. Sometimes my camera does just weird things. Let's see if we can focus in on here. All right, so this is very, very nasty and like the sea. So if we take a square and throw it on here, you'll see what I mean. Look at that, my friends. So, you know, I was in a hurry. I mean, it wasn't really, I wasn't making a piano. And we know how that goes. I'm trying to get that guy focusing in. Just having a hard time with this one. So this is a real short one. And you're like, I don't believe you. It's 11 minutes. But it was just a quick tip to you know, let you know how you can deal with this situation. So I then took, otherwise, this yucky and made it into perfectly straight. And now it's actually flush and parallel with the shelf below. Because and if you haven't seen this series, please watch the series. Watch the series. What was I coming for? Oh yeah, it's over here. And you'll see all the steps from the very beginning into what you see now. So this is the cap that I made here. Okay. And it's going to go right here. Just like so. All right. Now look at that. So really, basically, my wife, she came down and she went, basically, what's up with this? What are all those spaces in there? And so I'm like, oh man, let's just go ahead. So, all right. Again, this unit is from the 90s. It's 2018 now. And that's when I was, I didn't have this wood shop. Steve, you said you were going to let us go. All right, just hold on a sec. So, especially if you haven't been to my shop before, and it's the first time. If you're watching on a big screen, I apologize. We have 2 shows coming up in 2018. Our first show was down in Woodstock, New York. What an awesome place. The Mowers flea market down there. So that was pretty cool. This year, we're going to stay local, so we don't have to get up 3 in the morning, pack up the car, and go down and set up all that, and then come back late. We're going to do 2 shows. One is Rotterdam Junction, the Maybe House. Look it up. Look up this history. We can see some time period folks walking around. They probably time warped into the future. Then we have these people here who are living in the 2018. At any rate, my wood shop was in here. It had a long white table. I don't know, I have any idea where I found it, but I didn't make it. And that was my wood shop. This is 300 years old plus now, and Mr. Van Scoik gave this to the New York State Historic Society, and 2 of my children were born there. We caretook there, so I mowed the lawn, and there was the family grave is over there. And if I could turn this around the camera, this is impossible at the moment because we just have a picture. You're going to see all the Dutch barn is there, and they have all kinds of really cool things that were there back in the day. Our second show is going to be at what they call the Carrot Festival. Don't know. I didn't ask them where they came up with that name, but now I know why they have a festival at the Agot Dachim, local synagogue. They wanted to pave the parking lot. It was just dirt and grass or whatever. And so they decided they would do this venue, and it brought in money, and they've been doing it for 40 years. So there you go. All right, so there's that beast over there. We continue improving on it. I just like to talk about technique. Oh, let's talk about this, because now that this is apart, existing project. So I had to router this out, okay, so that I could slide this unit in. Okay, so we made this unit, and as you can see, the router bit didn't go all the ways back because I hit the wall, and I was going to take that back board off. That was just too much work for me. Oh, what I simply did, and here's the tip of the day, just notch it out, and that way you can push it back. Okay, so there's many different things that we're doing to make this functional. And shh, don't tell my wife that I actually did that last thing that she requested. She's so sweet. She had this this sort of look like, can you do that for me? I said no, but all right. Thanks for coming in. Again, this is SNC Custom Designs. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. We're up to 215 awesome subscribers. And this phone is getting wider and wider. I don't understand that. So at any rate, subscribe to our channel, and you'll see so much technique through the years of the videos. 360 plus videos now. And whenever we buy something, we'll do a review on it. And sometimes we'll do a review on something, like we did for the Bench Dog router table. I didn't always have all these tools, but as time went on, the kids grew up and we had a little bit more money. I was able to start buying tools. So we'll do reviews on everything you see. There is a review. We show you how to change the blade in the jet over there. We show you how to do maintenance. We show you how to adjust your bearings and all those types of things. This is the jet 14-inch, and I like everything about it for the price. The only thing I wish I had, and maybe somebody can chime in and tell me if this exists, but an auxiliary hose, the air hose that blows the dust away from the blade. That would be awesome if they had that built in. But all right. So there you go. We used this guy. We used a lot of different tools to drive this project home over there. And so you get to learn technique and tricks of the trade. We actually just used this for the very first time. I hear other folks tell me the same sort of stories, where they'll buy this guy and then it sits there for a year. Well, I bought mine in the January, February, March. And I did an extensive review on it. I did all kinds of research on it, but I couldn't work because I had an accident with my hand, and so I was out of work. I basically fractured my wrist bone, and it's mostly okay now. But strict orders from the doctor and my wife: you will not play with tools. So of course I couldn't do that. I didn't want to hinder the situation. So all right, enough. Thank you guys for coming into my shop. Again, give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. Thumbs down means there's something you just didn't like, but at least let us know what it is by leaving a comment, and we'll go ahead and try to make adjustments. Some of the comments, more than once, is you shake around too much, or you talk too much. And like, well, I was talking a lot more when I couldn't use my tools. So, but you wouldn't know that necessarily. You're just finding me, and you are hopefully enjoying the ride and learning and so on and so forth. So this is my wood shop. I'm in the basement, and slowly but surely I'm just sort of taking it all over, my friends. So there you go. Thanks, guys, and stay tuned for more episodes. At least once a week we put out a video. Take care. Bye-bye now.